Hi everyone, Aiden here. Instead of doing a lecture like I usually do, I figured I'd do a personal story. Because I feel like this is, while this is an obvious do not do, I feel like it's important to tell some stories from experience. So, for anyone who is a pyro out there, or is very spiritual like I am, like and you use herbs and incenses for spiritual practices, you'll find this very helpful, especially if you're going to college. One day, I got into a very bad argument with a friend back home. One of the things I like to do after an argument, or when I just walk away from the argument, is that I like to smudge myself and smudge the space I'm in to kind of bring that calming effect. And the smell of sage always calms my mind a little bit. So what I do is I get my stone bowl and I fill it up with sand. I light a charcoal tablet and I put some white sage and cedar on it, and just kind of let myself breathe in the smoke and release all that tension. And after I was done for a little bit, I set the bowl away from anything flammable on my desk and just left it there for the charcoal to cool down. And I had my roommate watch over it while I went out to go take a walk to further cool down and just rethink the entire situation, so I wouldn't go and do something I would regret later. So I go out for a walk in the evening. It's about 11 o'clock at night, and I go up to the library that we have on campus, which thankfully is open 24 hours, but you know, I'll explain it another time. So I go to the library and I get a phone call from my roommate. He tells me that the police were called into my dorm because somebody smelled the sage and thought it was marijuana. So while I was gone, the police officer comes into my dorm, and he sees all my incense. He sees my incense burner. He sees my oil burner. He sees all my candles, including the two taper candles I had for the god and goddess. And he just sees my herbs I was using to smudge, and he goes in and he opens up my different herbs, smelling them, and he picks up my peppermint, thinking it was the marijuana. He takes a smell and he's like, "Oh, this is awful." But I'm thinking as I'm hearing the story, I have my herbs labeled, and marijuana does not look anything like peppermint, nor does it smell like peppermint. So later on, I also heard that he picked up my stone bowl twice and burnt himself. I'm like, okay, so this isn't exactly the brightest. I mean, if you burn yourself once picking up, why would you try pick it up again? Anyways, so finally he comes to the conclusion that maybe the smell he was smelling was incense. Mind you, this took about 15 minutes. So I talked to the police officer and the director of security for my on-campus dorms, and I apologized for burning. I explained what it was and why I was doing it, and since I hadn't caused any trouble before, in fact I helped them a few times, I got away with a warning, which is good because I would have got fined at least $500 for burning sage. I mean, I understand it's a fire hazard, but I looked at it this way. Okay, I've covered for a few people on my floor who have been smoking marijuana. I didn't say anything. And I've also been burning incense all year, and finally now I get caught. So my advice to to any pagan or Wiccan going out into college, do not bring incense, candles, or an oil burner into your dorm at all. I know I like incense just as much as you do, but it's not worth the trouble. What you could do as a substitute is get a spray bottle, and you fill it up with 3 ounces of water. Then you take any essential oil that you want, you add 30 drops to it, and then you shake it up and spray whenever. If you want the scent to last a little bit longer, put in 2 ounces of water in, an ounce of alcohol if you're of age to get it, of course. Or you could get perfumers alcohol, but that's a little expensive, and if you're like me, money's a little tight. And that'll make the scent last longer. But anyways, this is a good aromatherapy trick if you're trying to use it for meditation, for your rituals, for anything. And if the weather permits, you could also practice outside, where you can use candles and pull out all that. And then for inside you can use battery operated candles. Anyways, point is, do not have anything burning in your dorm, not even a candle, because you could get fined $500, and I'm sure you want to spend that money on other things. So that's my not so bright moment, but as long as that lesson's learned and I don't have to pay $500, I think I'm glad it happened, and I figured it'd be best for me to share this story. Do not follow my footsteps, because you will not be as lucky as I will be. Just use oils. It's healthier anyways. Over years, incense smoke will actually develop lung cancer, so it's probably better off just to use the oils anyways. And I'll make another aromatherapy video eventually down the road. I'm actually working on a section of the Book of Shadows. Right now I'm only working on the base oils. I haven't really gotten to the essential oils yet. Anyways, that's all I wanted to cover for this video. Thank you for watching, and blessed be.